For once, I'm not filming with my hair up. For once, I'm not filming with my hair up. But anyways, hi, my name is Tessa. Welcome back to Ringette. Today I'm going to be discussing with you guys things to know when becoming a goalie, not a hockey goalie. This is specifically geared towards Ringette goalies. So these are important things to think about or to discuss with your parents for becoming a goalie. Commitment. Being a goalie requires a lot of commitment by both you and your parents. If your parents aren't going to commit or support you being a goalie, then there really is no point. You should probably say continue being a player. Support both mentally, financially, teammates, friends, parents, coaches, whoever it may be. Commitment to long hours because of travel, tournaments, home games, away games, and your school on top of it all. And time management between school, games, practices, and the sport in general, and travel and tournaments. Costs, so equipment does cost a lot of money, playing costs a lot of money, tryouts, hotels, rep fees, travel, jerseys, depending on the team, they do custom or not, registration fees, rep uniforms, sponsorships, fundraising, all that jazz. Stress, there's a lot of pressure on goalies to carry the team. It's hard to make a team because of favoritism. That's the reasons for being cut. Just kind of once you get cut for an unexpected reason, you gotta suck it up and move on. Mentally tough is big because there's a huge mental aspect that people don't talk about when becoming a goalie, especially when sometimes all the blame is put on you and the team doesn't do well. The association's not developing goalies, so you're trying to develop on your own, but you can't because you don't know it, right? That's why I'm here. I'll get into that later on. Support. Parental support is important. Financial support because of the cost. Teammate support, coach support, and friend support all come into play together. Teammates need to support the goalie and make sure it's a safe environment for them. Coaches need to support the goalies and help them develop and not blame them for anything, or not blame them on a loss, and not ruin their confidence. And then friends supporting them is because being a goalie is a lot. It's a lot on your mental health. So if your friends support you, then you have someone to talk to when things get tough. Time management is key, especially with school. School before Ringette, Ringette before school. It's up to you and your parents to discuss. I personally do both, especially now that I'm entering my last 2 years of high school. Everything's ramping up now and I'm preparing for university, so there's a lot. It's either, depending on the time of year or what it is, it's either school before Ringette or Ringette before school, but that's just what I do. You can choose one or the other or both. This is something you really need to discuss with your parents. Travel. So last year I had to do homework in the car and stuff, so always be aware that there are travel costs as well. Balancing school assignments, practices, and games takes up a majority of your time, so plan your days out according to your schedule, appointments, school, homework, assignments, practices, and games. That way you can manage your time wisely and know when you need to sit down and do something and get that something done. And also plan around deadlines and ask for extension if you need it. And also before tournaments, just say, hey, I'm going to miss Friday, I'm going to miss Thursday, I'm going to miss Wednesday, I have a tournament this weekend, can I please get the work that I'm going to miss so I can get caught up, so I'm caught up when I come back to school on Monday. Travel. So away games will be up to 2 hours away. Western region has now started double headers, which is 2 games 1 day, not even in a tournament. Away tournaments can be up to 6 hours away. Away tournaments that require a hotel, gas, and then hotel costs as well. So everything about travel is expensive. Uniforms for Provincial. So you have a team jacket with logo and last name. This can be windbreaker, soft shell, or winter sweater. I think that depends on the team. I'm not really sure. Dry fit shirts with number, name, or both. Once again, it's up to the team. Dry fit, most teams do them. Dry fit shorts, that's like double A, triple A, unless an A team wants to. That's not, but it depends on the team. Backpack depends on the team. It would be most likely an Under Armour with the logo, either last name or number on it. Leggings, that depends on the team. My team did leggings last year, but that's off-ice as well as the shorts, so that all depends on the team. Then adding add-ons such as customized jerseys, customized helmet, not custom helmets, because Gloves too does custom helmets, and all this pants for on ice, for players, multiple dry fixtures, so anything you can add on to a uniform, and that can cost a lot of money each year. So gear, pads, so for youth, the youth size pads, they're starting at $199.99 Canadian, junior starting at $399.99 Canadian, intermediate starting at $499.99 Canadian, senior starting at $599.99 Canadian. Blockers, youth starting at $89.99 Canadian, junior starting at $144.99 Canadian, intermediate starting at $159.99 Canadian, senior starting at $199.99 Canadian. Sticks, youth starting at $89.99 Canadian, junior starting at $79.99 Canadian, intermediate starting at $79.99 Canadian, senior starting at $249.99 Canadian. Gear Part 2, skates, youth starting at $209.99 Canadian, junior starting at $199.99 Canadian, senior starting at $249.99 Canadian. Pants, youth starting at $89.99 Canadian, junior starting at $169.99 Canadian, intermediate starting at $229.99 Canadian, senior starting at $259.99 Canadian. Chest protectors, youth starting at $109.99 Canadian, junior starting at $249.99 Canadian, intermediate starting at $349.99 Canadian, and seniors are starting at $359.99 Canadian. Gear part. The reason why I put pants is because I'm not cutting at pants and girdles, because me, preferably, goalie comes up to me and goes, should I wear the ringette pants and girdle or shorts? Or the goalie pants? I would say goalie pants right away. That's because it allows for more movement and the pants restrict the goalie's movement. That's just my personal opinion, but it's up to you. Catchers, if you want, you can use two blockers, a Keely and Annie, or a regular player glove. But if you want to use a catcher, here's the base price line. So youth starts at $99.99 Canadian, junior starts at $159.99 Canadian, intermediate starts at $199.99 Canadian, the senior starts at $229.99 Canadian. So a Keely, which is what I use, which is made by Keely Brown. This isn't the Keely Pro, this is the original Keely. A junior PowerTech starts at $99.99 Canadian. A PowerTech Senior starts at $99.99 Canadian. And a NAMI Junior starts at $99.99 Canadian. Gear Part 4. A player helmet, if you choose not to have a goalie, is starting at $62.99. A playing at cage. This is not the clear, this is just the pure chrome standard cage. So a youth is starting at $89.99 Canadian, junior starting at $99.99 Canadian, and senior starting at $99.99 Canadian. If you want to save money, I would go for the player helmet, but if you really, really want a goalie helmet, you can convince your parents to let you get one, or you save your money for one. A Ringette Otney goalie helmet, which is a legal goalie helmet Ringette, is $569. Canadian. So if you don't have the money for it, just stick with the player helmet. If you don't like the goalie helmet, stick with the player. But if you really, really want a goalie helmet, they're starting at $569. And do you know, prices vary from store to store. All these prices are from Pro Hockey Sports Zone and Durham Sports. Links to these sites will be in the description below. Tournaments. So you have hotels, gas, food, that's restaurants or potlucks with snacks and stuff. During that store where you can spend money. Merchants, because all tournaments have different merchants and games. Silent auctions, and then tournament custom sweaters if your parents wish to purchase you one. All could add up to around $700 to $800 a weekend in only 3 days, unless you go to Provincials, Eastern's early nationals. Then those tournaments are 4 days to 7 days long. So that's a lot of money right there. That's why financial support comes into play, because tournaments cost a lot. If you play regional, you only play 4 tournaments, but if you play rep, you can play up to 5 or 6 tournaments a year. So please be cautious. Please be aware that tournaments do cost a lot of money. Fees, so you have registration fees, provincial fees if you play provincial, hotels, restaurants, potlucks, gas equipment, and uniforms. These can lead up to over $1,000 a year. So if you want to spend that much money and get better use for this is not counting extra help with goalie clinics and coaches and all that jazz. And it's a lot of money out of your parents' pocket or your own pocket. So just please be mindful of that when registering. Development of goalies in Ringette. There's not a lot of development opportunities, unfortunately. Coaches like to say they're a target to shoot at. If you're just a target to shoot at, then you're not developing and you're not learning and you're trying to teach yourself, but you aren't really going to get anywhere because you aren't having the help. And goalies aren't necessarily targets to shoot at because they are there to learn and develop just like the players are, but aren't getting the help they need. Hockey goalie coaches are your best bet for extra training. If you're looking into this, get your parents to email a couple local ones, see if they're interested, and keep in mind you might have to have your own rings and supply them with sticks because they may not have any. But this is your best bet if you want to get better. Or go to skate treadmills, or just see if a hockey goalie coach will be willing to work with your daughter or son. Goalie clinics are limited. Now there's one here in Southern Ontario, the Waterloo Goalie Clinic, ran out of the NRL. But there are also Peak Ringette Academy in Ontario, National Ringette School, which is across Canada, I do believe, if I remember correctly. Now in Ottawa at Carleton University, they have a goalie-specific camp. And there's also, I think this one runs across Canada as well, but there's also 5 Camp, which is run by Keely Brown. But actual goalie clinics in the season are limited, and it's up to the individual associations if they want to find a goalie to host one and what the prices are and all that. So it all varies from association to association and province from province or country from country. Limited coaches that are goalies, so a lot of coaches who Ringette don't have experience as a goalie, have never played goalie before, whether that be hockey or Ringette. So there's not really a lot of experienced coaches out there that know what they're doing when it comes to working with goalies. Limited coaches willing to work with new, intermediate, and advanced goalies. I still struggle with that. So that is why I'm here to teach you guys virtually about goalies and give you as much information as possible. Also show you my pathway and how I've developed into the goalie that I am today. Try and help you guys out as much as possible. If any questions or need any help with drills or anything, please don't feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'm more than willing to help you guys, and maybe we'll set up I'm more than willing to help you guys with any questions you may have, and do a Q&A video in the future. So if you, without hesitation, please reach out to me because I'm more than willing to help you guys out. That being said, that's all from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. And remember,